Hello everyone, welcome to Skills Build Training YouTube channel. I am Sanya and this channel is all about showing you how to become an IT pro fast. So, in today's video I'm going to discuss one of the most important topic, that is pivot table. I will explain you pivot table with example. So, let's get started. Pivot tables are one of the most powerful and useful features in Excel. With very little effort, you can use a pivot table to build good-looking reports for large data sets. A pivot table is used to summarize, sort, reorganize, group, count, total or average data stored in a table. It allows you to transform columns into rows and rows into columns. It allows grouping by any field and using advanced calculations on them. A pivot table is a summary of your data packaged in a chart that lets you report on and explore trends based on your information. Pivot tables are particularly useful if you have long rows or columns that hold values you need to track the sums of and easily compare to one another. Well, that is why it is known as a statistics tool that summarizes and reorganizes selected columns and rows of data in a spreadsheet or database table to obtain a desired report. The tool does not actually change the spreadsheet or database itself, it simply pivots or turns the data to view it from different perspectives. Data pivoting enables you to rearrange the columns and rows in a report so you can view data from different perspectives. With data pivoting, you can do the following. You can move an object, a business attribute or a metric calculation and its related data from a row to a column. Now, the question arises here, how to master pivot tables, as it is one of the most important topic and one should know while using Excel. Well, pivot tables mastery might seem rather hard. However, with a few basic principles you can understand it very well. You can easily get up to speed with your colleagues who are more advanced in this area, and of course, you will bring your value on the job market a bit higher. So let's get started. First, I will tell you how you can create a pivot table. It just needs almost 5 seconds to create a pivot table. Select your data, select any item from your data, any attribute from your data, and then here in Insert, you can see Pivot Table. Double click on it, and here you can see it will ask 2 questions from you. The first question is, select a table or range. Here you need to select the data from where you want to fetch data, you want to summarize data. So here you can see my data has already been selected because my cursor was inside this data when I selected pivot table. So the next question it will ask you about, choose where you want the pivot table report to be placed. Now here you have 2 options. Either you want to create pivot table on a new worksheet or either you want to create it on existing worksheet. Well, I want to create it in existing worksheet so it will be easy for you to compare that how pivot table is working. So now here I need to give a location where I want to create a new pivot table. So I'm going to click on this particular box. Well, it is a random box. I just want to create pivot table in front of my data. So now click on OK button and here you can see it has created our pivot table. Now basically it is pivot table fields. Here you can see all the attributes, name, region, month, date, sales, NIC, unit and address. All the attributes that are here in my data, and here you can see 4 different options. These are the 4 drag fields, filters, columns, rows and values. I will explain you all of them one by one because here you need to focus on all these things and you should know about all these things because that is how you will be able to work using pivot table fields. So if I talk about the first field, that is filter, here you can see the filter is used to apply a filter to an entire table. Let's suppose if I bring this name attribute in the filter All you need to do is simply select it and drag it in Filters field. Here you can see this report filter will have drop-down options. Here I can search for a particular name. I can select multiple values. I can select all of them, and I can select few of them. Well, that is completely up to you. And then you can hit OK button. And here you can see I have options, and if you don't need it, you can bring it back. All you need to do is simply select it and bring it back here. Now if I talk about the columns label, then the columns label are used to apply a filter to one or more columns that have to be shown in the pivot table. For example, I will bring this region into the columns section, and here you can see I have this column East, North, South, West and Grand Total. Now bring it back here. Now if I talk about the next label, that is rows, then rows label are used to apply a filter to one or more rows that have to be shown in the pivot table. For example, here you can see name, bring it to the rows, and here you can see a row label in which I have all the names that I have used in my data. And if I click over it, here you can see you can sort it out. You can clear filter from name as well, and you can apply label filters like equals, does not equals, begins with, does not begins with, ends with, and you can also apply value filters. These are equal, greater than, greater or equal than. Well, here you have so many different options to sort or filter this data, and here you can see you can select all of them and you can select few of them. Well, I'm going to select all and then hit OK. If you don't need it, you can bring it back. And now if I talk about the last field, that is values, then this usually takes a field that has numerical values that can be used for different types of calculations. However, using text values would also not be wrong. Instead of sums, it will give a count. So for example, I can take units here in values, and here you can see the sum of units is 477124. But if I took name and if I bring it here in the values, it will give me the count. The count of name is 30. So if you will bring values here, then it will give you the sum, but if you will bring other text here, it will give you the count. So if you don't need it, all you need to do is select it and bring it back here. Select it and bring it back here. Now let's suppose I want to use this data and I want to arrange and summarize it in such a form so I can use it and I can read it easily. So I have all these attributes here. I'm going to use these attributes. I'm going to use these fields, filters, column, rows and values, and I'm going to arrange my data using these fields. As you know, we have just 4 regions, so I'm going to take regions in columns. The reason why I took region in the column is because there is only 5 columns. If I bring the names or some other entity in columns, then it will be a very long range of column, like around 10, 9. So it will be a very long range of columns. So that is why I kept region in the column field. Now if I talk about names, I have almost 10 names. So I'm going to bring it in the rows field, and here you can see I have all the names and against them I have all the columns. In columns I have regions, while in rows I have name. And now if I want to know the sales that they have done in these particular regions, here you can see I have the sales, that is sales. So if I want to know it, then the sale units, I will bring it in values, as these are values numbers. Now here you can see I am able to read this data. I can clearly see here that Bella has done 1542 sales unit in North, 55 sale units in South, 15125 in West, and her grand total is 16722. And that is how I can see the report of all of these people. So it is too easy to create a pivot table and use it in order to organize and summarize the data. The one most important and the plus point of pivot table is that it is flexible. In my previous video, VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, I told you that how to create a table. In that particular video, I told you the reason that why you should create a table and why you should keep the data in the table so it will remain fixed. But in pivot table, this is the plus point, it is flexible. You can rearrange it, you can reorganize it according to your needs, and you can use pivot table for any purpose. Like if you want some average, if you want to know what you are getting against some particular value, you can easily get it through pivot table. And here I want to tell you one important thing. If you want to know the count of anything, the simplest way is bring that particular thing here in values. It will give you the count or sum. If you are bringing number here, then it will give you the sum. If you are bringing some other thing here, some other particular field here, some other attribute here, it will give you the COUNTIF. So you don't need to put formulas like you know that there are many formulas, sum ifs, count if, and not only count if but count ifs. So these are basically the complex formula. If you are using them on every single value for every single value, then it will make your work more difficult. So in order to avoid these difficult things, all you need to do is you can use pivot tables, and you can use this particular field in order to know the sum and COUNTIF. Now here you can see the grand total. Now if you want to know that which person went how many times to some region and how the grand total is like this, all you need to do is click on this grand total, double click on it, and here you can see here is another sheet created, sheet 3, and if I maximize it a bit so you will be able to see it clearly, then you can see here I double clicked on this grand total against Bella, and here in sheet 3 you can see it gave me the all detail of Bella, that in north region the total units of Bella is 1542 and she went here in September, while in south region her units are 55 and in west her units are 1512. Now if you want to know that the sum is equal to the sum that is given here, if these values are correct or not, all you need to do is select these three values. Once you will select it, you will be able to see here that the sum is 16722, the count is 3, and the average is 5574. Here you can see the sum is 16722. Now coming towards this sheet, here you can see the sum is 16722. So it is actually a precise or accurate data. If you are not sure about some data, if you have some doubt on a particular data, you can actually double check it, you can actually recheck it that how this data comes here like that. So you can actually find it out. All you need to do is double click on a particular value on which you have some doubt, you want to clarify some value, just double click on it, and then you will get another sheet. On that particular sheet you will get all the details about that particular value, that how you got that value. Now coming towards this sheet again, now the question arises here, if you want to know which person went to which particular region and how many times, just bring the name in column and then region in rows, and also bring the region in values. Now here you will be able to see that Bella never went to east, while Bella went to north just once, to south just once, and to west just once. And here you can see how many times every person went to these regions, and here you can see the grand total, and you also know that the total entities we have is 30. So here you can see we have 30. Now if you want to know about this particular entity, that how it works, double click on it, and here you will be able to see the particular data, that how they become the 10 entities. So all you need to do is select it, and here you can see the count is 10, and that is what we have seen here as well. For south the grand total is 10, and in this particular data you can also see how many times Bella went to south region, how many times David, Eric, Hallie, Chandran, Gavin went to south region. So coming back towards our data, bring all the values back. Just select them and bring them back here. Select them and bring them back here. Now coming towards this P1 Pivot 1 table sheet, now let's suppose if something is not clear and it is not visible, you can check any box in pivot table. Simply click on any number, and here you can see you have two options, design and analyze. Now click on design. Now here you can see you have pivot table styles. You can either select any of them. Here you have different styles. Well, that is completely up to you which style you want to select. Well, I believe that maybe this style is more visible and you can see using this style more clearly, so I'm going to use it now. And if I come here you can see report layout. Simply click on it. Here you can see different options. The data that we have is already in compact form because by default the data is in compact form. Now you can click on show in outline form, and here you can see the data here is like this, and here you can see the grand total. Now if I change it a bit and I use show in tabular form, then it will show me the data in a tabular form, and well, I need it in show in outline form. And if I talk about the grand total, sometimes we need it, sometimes we don't need it. So if I don't need it, here I have the option grand totals. If I click on it, here off for rows and column. So if I click on it, then you can see there is no grand total. On for rows and column, then here you can see I have the grand total over here. And if you need only for rows, then you can click over here. And if you need only for columns, then you can have it here. Well, I'm perfectly fine. Now if coming towards these option row headers, just click on it and it bring no change. But if I click on column headers, here you can see there is no column header, and if I click on it, then I have these column headers. Now if I click on banded rows, here you can see there is a band between the rows, and if I click on banded columns, then there is a band between the column. It is basically to make this data in a tabular form. You can easily make it in tabular form just by selecting these two options. Well, I will tell you about these all options, about all these designs and how you can use them and how you can make your data more organized using all these with the passage of time while doing other examples as well. Now let's suppose in this particular data, I want to arrange it in such a particular way that I want to see that how much sales has done in a particular region. So all I need to do is pick the name and bring it in rows. Now against it, pick region and bring it in columns. And now if I want to know the sales against a particular person in a particular region, bring the sales and you need to bring it in values. Now here you can see, here I can have all the sales against a particular region and against a particular person. Now let's suppose I want to see the name of a person and total sale generated by that person in a particular region, but I want to see it in a different understandable format. How can I create that format? So for that, bring the region in the rows and then bring the name in the rows. Select names and bring it into rows. Now here you can see against east, north, south and west I have all the names. And now I want to know the sales. So bring the sales in the values. And here you can see, but it is not understandable and readable right now. So select any of it. And here you can see analyze and design. Go to design and from here go to report layout. Now change it in tabular form. Now here you can see it is a bit perfect right now, like a bit understandable, but I need to modify it a bit more. Now go to analyze and from here you can see here plus and minus option. Here you can see I have this sign. It is actually to minimize and maximize. Well, I want to remove this sign, so for that go to analyze and here the second last option is plus minus button. So click on it. Here you can see by just simply clicking on it, I have removed the minus sign, the minimize sign. Now here you can see two other options, field list. Now if I click on it, it will vanish the field list here, pivot field. Now if I want to bring it back, simply click on it again, and here you can see the pivot table fields. Now if you need field headers, click on it, and here you can see my field headers are hidden now. I am unable to see them. If you want to bring them back, simply click on it, field headers, and that is how you can get them back. Now here you can see, if I talk about the East region, I can see the name of the person who visited the East region and their count of sale, and here I can see the total grand sale. Now if I talk about the North region, I can see here the total grand sale. So now it is more understandable and I can easily get the values, I can easily read it, it is more visible. Well, now here another question arises. Sometimes it happens when we refresh the data, or sometimes if we copy the data, then it automatically autofit column width, which is sometimes not suitable. So I'm going to show you how you can avoid it, because when you will work on pivot table, you will face that problem so many times. So in order to avoid it, all you need to do is right click on your pivot table. Here right click, and here you have the option pivot table options. You need to click on it, and then here under the layout and format, you can see the option autofit column width on update. You need to uncheck this box. Now it will not autofit column widths on it update, and then you will need to press OK. So whenever you will refresh your data and whenever you will copy paste it, it will not change the width. Let me show you here. Control C and then paste it here, Control V, and here you can see the width is same. But if I copy this data, Control C, and if I paste it here, I paste it over here, Control V, here you can see the date is not visible. I need to a bit maximize this column size in order to see the exact date. So that is how you can actually change the column width using this option. So pivot table is not just to organize the data, it also gives you a lot of facilities. It facilitates you and it pamper you in a way so you will be more productive. Now sometimes we have so many sheets. As you can see here, I have different sheets here, and sometimes we don't need all these sheets. Sometimes we want 1 or 2 sheets on which we are working and we don't need extra sheets. You can also delete all the other sheets. You can delete the source code as well. Now the question is, when you will delete the source data, it will remove extra workload, but will it remove your data as well? Will you be able to apply pivot table after deleting the source data or not? Then the simply answer is yes. You will be able to apply the pivot table after deleting the source data as well. Here you can see, just simply click on it. Here is the pivot table fields, and here I have this source data. So I am going to delete it, and I'm going to simply delete this entire sheet. So here you can see Microsoft Excel will permanently delete this sheet. Do you want to continue? Yes, I want to continue, and here you can see I have deleted this data. And let me delete this sheet as well because it also have the source data. So delete as well. Now here you can see I don't have the source data anymore. So now simply click on any button of it, and here you can see the design and the analyze. Here you can see the field list here, and I have all the data here, name, region, month, date. I can simply use them and I can change it to any format. Now if you want to bring your data back, all you need to do is, here you can see the grand total, and you just need to click over here, and you can also click over here and then right click on it. Now here you can see show details. When you will click on it, it will bring you the whole data. So that is how you can bring back your source data as well. So using pivot table, you are more flexible to do work. You can either delete all the data and you can simply use one sheet and you can perform all the tasks over here, and then you can also bring back your data. Well, removing data is, according to me, a better option. So that is how you will not harm your real data. You can work with pivot table and your real source data will remain safe. You can actually delete it, and whenever you are in need, you can bring it back. Sometimes it happens that we have the blank spaces here in our pivot table, so we can actually remove them as well. So in order to remove the blank space, all you need to do is right click on that particular value, and here you are able to see the option pivot table options. Simply click on it, and now here you can see for empty cells show, you need to check this box, but here you can give any value. Sometimes like you don't have the complete data, like for example in this particular scenario, here you can see I have all the data, but what if a person did not visit a particular region and did not do any job, so the value is blank. So to make your pivot table more reasonable, more visible, you can actually change the blank spaces into something. You can simply put some value, like simply right click on it, and here you have pivot table options, and here you can see for empty cell shows, you can show anything, like you can show 0, you can show no value available. That is completely up to you. So you can actually change it according to your needs. Now here is another technique. You can also group the data. I am telling you all this because when you will use the pivot table, you can use all these techniques. It will make your data more visible and it will make your data more easy for you to understand. Well, you can also ungroup the data. So that's it for today. I hope you have learned how to use pivot table and how to use some tactics in order to make your data more visible and how to make your data flawless and easy to use. If you have any queries, reach out to us in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. I'll see you in the next video.